Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here on this Wednesday night. You know, it was just a couple hours ago, maybe an hour ago, that I was actually looking at First Take on the Dallas Cowboys because they were talking about Jason Garrett. You know, it's a slow news day when the Dallas Cowboys are the topic of everything. So we're going to give equal airplay to, of course, Jason Whitlock, and speak for yourself, because they, of course, are talking about what else? The Dallas Cowboys and the coaching situation. It's kind of amazing that both channels had the coaching situation on today. Now, First Take's thing was they think Lincoln Riley or Sean Payton could be the coach. Now, Mike Fitness, right on over here, has said this all along, that the man who they're going to be looking at, Kellon Moore, to be in line. But let's go to the tape and listen to what they have to say.
With Jerry selling here, that they have real trust, and that Jason Garrett feels confident that if they go back to the playoffs next year, he's going to get a contract. They got to win a playoff game, and he's going to get a contract extension.
Man, DJ Quick Ben told me if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And what Jerry talking about don't make sense, because you got a lame duck coach going out there again. Last time he was a lame duck, he did go out there and win a playoff game. They were 12-4, and the next thing you know, he gets his $30 million contract. You put him in that position again, we know why you put him in that position. You're not sold on him. And the one thing I remember in the transition from collegiate football to pro football was, when they love you, they pay you. When they want you to be a professional, they actually show it in a monetary fashion. So don't sit there, coach, don't sit there, owner, and say glowing things about me. Because when I go to the bank, that's when I need to glow. That's when I need to shine. And Jerry, you're not letting me shine, and you put me in an impossible position to truly have authority over this locker room when they know I have less security than they do. And they can get cut on any given day. So a horrible situation, bad setup if you're Jerry Jones.
Sometimes you wonder, why does Jerry Jones come out and say these things? He knows good and well that this trust is a one-way street here. There's no way Jason Garrett feels comfortable in the situation he's in. He'll say it publicly because he has no choice.
Yep.
But he says we both have
a
real
lot of loyalty, man.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, but if he does not have a great, he can't even be okay this year. They got to win a division. They might have to make it to the championship game of the NFC. If not, he going to get Sean Payton. Everybody knows that's what he wants to do. It's just a matter, is he going to be able to do it? Real trust. Jerry Jones is like, I trust you, but not that much. I'm not going to let you go on vacation by yourself type of trust.
I've been there.
I see this from a little different perspective. And the perspective I see it from is a young coach in that team that's now the offensive coordinator, Kellon Moore. Because a lot of things happened to get Kellon Moore to that spot. Linehan, out, right? Jason Garrett, one-year deal. What have we seen in the National Football League? Everybody wants these young offensive play callers. I think they're positioning themselves because they don't want to lose the next Sean McVay. And they're looking at Kellon Moore because there's a lot of people behind Kellon Moore going, we got a good one here, we got a good one. And I think Jerry doesn't want to put himself in the spot and say, I think he is, because I'll get to see him call plays next year. Yeah. I'm just going to promote him. So why am I paying two head coaches when I don't have to? So I see perspectives. They're more saying that's your next coach to the Dallas Cowboys, in my opinion, if the things struggle enough where Jason Garrett, they're setting up the young man in that building to say, boom, he's the one. That's what I see.
Okay, so with that being said, they believe that Kellon Moore is going to be some more for the Dallas Cowboys, and believe that he is going to be the next in line to be head coach. Now, I got to be honest with you. Anything's possible. We know we got Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is a wild card. And we've heard, of course, everybody basically say this is a prove-it year. And it's funny because I look at some of the comments, people are going to say, it keeps saying that the Dallas Cowboys is one and done. It's like, we won the first round game against Seattle, right? You know that, right? So for Jason Garrett, he needs to really step up and really needs to be able to go for it all. And I honestly believe that, and I think the Cowboys will make a change. But I've got actually a different twist. Now, Mike, how do you feel about the idea of Kellon Moore being if he became our head coach.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Well, see, this is going to be a crazy one. I'm going to say that the Dallas Cowboys should bring back Sean Lee on a reduced contract. I know, Michael, you want to get rid of him, I know, right?
No, he should be a coach.
Thank you. Here's what I remember, and I tried to find this clip. I remember our former linebacker coach telling Sean Lee, here's what you got to do, blah, 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 blah. And Sean Lee went through calmly and said, listen, coach, what you just said is 100% wrong, and here's why. You have to do blah, 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 blah. And the coach was like, oh, you're right. Sean Lee knows more about football and what goes on the field than almost anybody. And I think what you do with him is you end up basically making him like in the NBA old days where it was a player coach. It's a guy who is a coach on the field, and start grooming him. And here's why I say you start grooming him. You start grooming him to become your next defensive coordinator. Think about it. Is there anybody more respected in that locker room than Sean Lee? Is there anybody else out there know the X's and O's any more than Sean Lee? I look at what happened with Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith, and I believe that's a direct result of Sean Lee. Because here's where I think people are missing the elephant in the room. You know, they're saying, yeah, you know, Sean Payton's the dream guy, or Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma, and things like that. You know, some people are just saying wildly that it's Kellon Moore. I still believe the guy that'll become the head coach is Chris Richard. And as head coach, you've got to be in charge of everything, all aspects of it. And that's where you get a guy like Sean Lee, who's young, that can relate to the players, start grooming him to become a defensive coordinator. A guy that knows Chris Richard, works with Chris Richard directly. And then Chris Richard gets into the head coaching role because he's going to be required to be in control of the whole team. I look at him as a leader of men, where he literally gets guys who will be ready to run through a brick wall. Of course, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys always do what's least expected of them. So I don't know for sure, but if they're going to put Kellon Moore, if they're going to put Lincoln Riley, if they're going to put Sean Payton, I'm going to say that the Dallas Cowboys like to hire people they know and they're comfortable with. Right now, Chris Richard, he's inside the organization. He could have been elsewhere being coach, but he came back. He came back for a reason. And I believe that there is a conversation that, please, Chris, don't go anywhere just yet. You are the next man up for the Dallas Cowboys. We'll have to wait and see how it works out. Maybe we win the Super Bowl next year and, well, Jason Garrett comes back. But we'll have to wait and see how all that works out. So, as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this doesn't work. I was going to do my fireside chat, but I forgot to put the cover on the fire pit, and it's icy and raining outside, so there's no fire tonight. So I will see you guys soon.